There I am. Welcome everyone to our Wednesday night edition of our November ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for today. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand. There are so many different things that you can be doing with your time, and that the nighttime is usually the right time for family and for preparation of the next day. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, of course, it makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. Now, as you guys can see, I am super excited. I feel good. Yes. Just like that, Matthew. Let's go. I am super excited. There has been so many wonderful things going on inside of our community, but not to mention the phenomenal class that we had last night. Absolutely, sir. I'll check that as soon as I can. I'll check that as soon as possible for you. But not to mention all the information that we got last night. One of the things that our instructor said, our educator said before he got started was, it doesn't matter how many times you've seen this. Every time you hear this information, I promise you, you're going to get something new out of it. And that is exactly what happened for me just last night. I pulled out my notebook and thought that I wasn't going to have any notes that I had to put down or anything like that. By the time we were done with our session, I had like 4 paragraphs. I had 4 paragraphs, and that is why it is so very important that we show up for each and every one of these monthly sessions. Also, I want to give you guys a pat on the back. Congratulations. Let me tell you, yesterday we had a drawing and you guys had to answer a question for homework. Let me say, you guys showed up and showed out. We had so many more entries than I expected. And more than a few of you guys, I mean, the majority of you guys actually got the answer correct. So I'm so very proud of you guys. So get ready to be in that drawing. We're going to have some wonderful prizes coming out for you guys because you absolutely deserve it. Now, speaking of our wonderful community, I see my VIPs are coming on in. Hello, everyone. How are you? Thank you guys so very much for showing up and being an integral part of this community. Right now, I am actually pulling up our YouTube channel. That way I can see all of our friends on YouTube. Now, my VIPs, as you guys are coming on in, please do me a huge favor. Type your name and where you are from in that chat box. That way I get a chance to tell everybody who is on the Zoom call with us tonight. And if you have the opportunity, please turn on your cameras. One of the best parts about us being on a Zoom call like this is that we get a chance to see all your wonderful faces and see those beautiful smiles. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start saying hello to everyone because I see you guys coming on in. First up, I see we have Mr. Leonard Long is here with us tonight. Hello, Leonard. How are you? Thank you so very much for being here. I believe Leonard is coming on in from La Quinta, California. Thank you so much for being here with us today, sir. I see my beautiful friend Midge Woods is here with us. Hi, Midge. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so very much for being here. It is always good to see you and that smile. I see we also have Mr. CJ Jackson. Booyah! Coming on in from Arizona. Yes, sir. It is always good to see you. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I see you. Janine Curran is here. Namaste, my lovely friend. It is always good to see you. Wow, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here. There he is. Hi, Prelvis. Hello, my love. Mwah! It is always good to see you. We've missed you. Thank you so very much for being here, sir. It is good to see you. I see we also have Mr. Kenny Taylor is here with us today. He is coming on in from Los Angeles, California. Hello, Mr. Taylor. How are you? There is the beautiful Miss Rita Richard coming on in from sunny San Diego, California. Hello, Queen. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. Of course, my friend Elton is here. Hi, Elton. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. It's been a minute. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I also see we have the beautiful Miss Jacqueline Briggs is here. Hello, Jacqueline. How are you? She's coming on in from St. Petersburg, Florida. There is the beautiful Miss Janelle Appling is here with us. Hello, Miss Appling, coming on in from the cold Colorado. Yes, ma'am. I see we also have Miss Kimberly Brooks is here with us. She says, good evening, everyone. Hello, Mrs. Brooks. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, there's my beautiful friend and a new team member of the ILCA crew. Her name is Miss Joyce Easley. Hello, Joyce. Thank you so much for being here, baby. It is always good to see you. I see Don is here with us today, and so is Mr. William Duzinski. Hi, Will. How are you? There is Mr. Clairvaux Albert coming on in from Connecticut. Thank you so very much for being here with us tonight, sir. He's saying good evening to everyone. There's Demetrius Turner. Hello, Queen. How are you? Coming on in from Texas. And there is the beautiful Miss Samantha is here with us tonight. Hello, Samantha. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, you guys, we will be having another drawing. So I'm just going to throw out the rules for you. Make sure you are here by 15 minutes after, or you don't get in the drawing. And also, you have to stay till the end, because that's when we give out our questions. So make sure you are paying close attention, because tonight the question is not going to be as easy as it was last night. Hello. You guys are going to have to pay very close attention. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Again, thank you all so much for attending our Wednesday night November edition of our ILCA 5-day challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnie DeCasa, and I am your humble hostess for this evening. It is my honor to introduce you all to a man that for over 25 years dominated the direct sales industry. His cryptocurrency education is used by companies and universities worldwide. For over 8 years, he's dedicated his life to learning about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share his information with the masses, and this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built wonderful communities and thriving platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right. Thank you, Miss Casa, for that introduction, and welcome everybody. Night 2 of the 5-day challenge. You guys are back. You found some value from last night. We learned about what is the blockchain, and tonight we're going to talk about what is cryptocurrency, how does it work. So thank you, Miss Casa, for being our exquisite hostess for everybody and getting everybody fired up and ready to go. I mean, this has been a wild day, actually a wild 24 hours, because this 5-day challenge this month is still geared towards the MoveQuest community. We want to talk about really security and understanding the basics of what blockchain is and exactly what happened last night. I told you guys that there will be 500 plus people on the MoveQuest one, and we got like 80 on the on 5-day challenge. Those 80 people, you guys are way ahead of everybody else. So give yourselves a pat on the back that you find value in education. Everybody wants to make money, but nobody wants to learn. So the fact that you're taking time to learn, you're going to be years ahead of everybody else. So congratulations. And we saw something else happen after last night. We saw the MQT token double in price in the last 24 hours. And we also saw something happen. I mean, I've been on Zooms with you guys all day today. After playing mommy duty as well with my kids, turned around, took a little bit of a nap, woke up because my phone was blowing up and someone sold, how many MQT was that? I think 1,200 something MQT for 25 something $1,000. And the price was at $22 and it dropped down to 17. And few people freaked out, but most of you was excited by that. Yeah, get rid of those shaky hands. That's the whole point. We'd rather them sell at this price than at $80 or higher. But the fact that they were able to is proof that this project is a success. This project is a success because that person was able to sell their tokens, pull their money out, and go on with their business. If that person attempted to do it and wasn't been able to withdraw, or even worse, well, I don't know if you call it worse, something happens called price impact. If you've been in crypto long enough, you've experienced that before. On you're in some projects with some meme coins, you're ready to sell, but their liquidity is like $5,000 and you can't sell anything, and it says price impact 70% or something. So the fact that it was able to sell and the whole thing didn't tank. And here's also that's impressive. The smart contract still didn't kick in off that sale. The community did and brought the price back up to, I think right now it's at 19. No, we're back over $20. Wow. Now, saying that, I cannot verify this announcement, but I heard that apparently Lynette is going to be doing something special for those of you who did take advantage of the situation and buy MQT without selling the MQT. You're holding. I don't know how, I don't know what, I don't have any other information than what Chad had left a voice message about. So I have no idea. All I know is tomorrow night after the 5-day challenge, we'll be hopping on the update call again for MoveQuest and listen to whatever it is Lynette has to say. So we'll see about that. Countdown clock is also on for me as well for the launch of the MoveQuest app, because you haven't seen nothing yet. Those of you on Zoom right now, you're my inner circle. We had a special call earlier. If you missed it, I've already uploaded it to our ILCA app, and it's in the membership section to watch the replay. We did a very, very detailed strategy session on what you can do now and what in my opinion, is what is to come and how to move. So, and we had a good Q&A session as well. Unfortunately, I could not have done that call publicly. I had to do it private just for our inner circle. So if you're not in the inner circle, then you definitely want to join the inner circle and you can watch the replay. Is already posted. Not only this one, if you're brand new in the inner circle, we had one last week too. So you can go back and watch last week's update as well. So that's all I know as far as that update, because I have not heard anything about that directly from Lynette, and it looks like that was a private conversation that Chad had with Lynette, not anything in any leadership group. All right, and if you see anything, Marnie, to let me know about that. All right, so tonight, what are we going to be talking about? Now that you know what the blockchain is, tonight we're going to talk about what is cryptocurrency. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for entertainment, educational, and training purposes only, and it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision. So now we're going to talk about the tokens, the digital tokens that ride that technology called the blockchain. And I don't have to stop at the top of the hour. So if I go off on tangents, I'm just going to go with it. So we're going to learn. And we will be able to do Q&A tonight as well. Q&A will only be for those in the inner circle on Zoom. I will not shut the Zoom off on the YouTube side, that you guys can actually watch the Q&A. You can't participate, but you can watch. And we're going to do, as Ms. Costa said, we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to have two winners tonight of the questions from last night. And that also means tonight we're also going to have a spin the wheel again. Oh, we're not spin the wheel. We're going to have a Q&A section. Well, we're going to have questions set up for you for anybody that wants to win on tomorrow nights. Now, Ms. Costa threw me for a loop real quick because she wanted the question to be a little bit more difficult than last night. So I had to really pull something up real quick, and I'm going to announce what that question is going to be a little later. Let me see who's running. Yeah, I'll give that question at the end. It'll be a little bit more difficult. We'll see. Okay, let me share screen. Pull up. Wait, where's my slides? There we go. I hope you guys don't know. I love doing this stuff. I love teaching because I always learn more too, even though I've done this 100 times. Okay, let's get into it. So you should be able to see my screen. Again, I want to say hello to those of you on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right there. All right, how do cryptocurrencies even work? When I first heard of Bitcoin, it was 2010. Late at night, I was watching G4 TV or something like that, which is a TV show to highlight gamers, technology, internet type stuff. I was half asleep, and they were interviewing this big time gamer who actually made money playing esports stuff, and he built computer rigs, and they were in his man cave, and his man cave was lit up. All the lights were up, but he had all these highlight lights going, and his tower on his hard drive was going. And the interviewer looked over to the side, and over the side there was like a row of three hard drives lit up, and you could see they were operating. And he said, "Hey, what are those?" He said, "Oh, those are my old hard drives." He says, "Yeah, but they're plugged in. You gaming with them?" He says, "No, I converted them into Bitcoin miners." And the guy said, "Bitcoin miners?" He said, "Yeah, I mine Bitcoin." So what they did back in those days is they didn't have the ASIC Bitcoin machines now, where miners that's specifically designed to mine Bitcoin. People, the nerds, converted their old laptops and hard drives into Bitcoin miners. He said, "I might as well put it to you." What did I say earlier today in the inner circle talk about multiple devices? If you've got some old devices just sitting, you might as well put it to work. So that's what he did. He had his old hard drives. He's like, "I might as well put them to work." And they're mining Bitcoin. And he tried to explain to the guy what Bitcoin was. And to me, I was like, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool." But it was just monopoly money being used by nerds who live in their mom's basement playing World of Warcraft all day. I didn't think that there was anything real to it. To me, it's like Chuck E. Cheese money. There's nothing real to it, right? Well, how wrong I was. That's the first time I heard of Bitcoin that it sticks to my mind. I don't know if I heard about it before in passing, but that's the earliest memory I have that has stuck to me. But to understand digital tokens, you got to understand the evolution of money. I do a series of talks called The River of Money. Money is not taught in school. You might think, well, there's economics, there's financial class. No, no, no. That's not money. That's one form of it. Money is energy, and energy can never be destroyed. It just evolves and changes what it looks like over time. And so I should make this into a quiz. Type in the chat box. I did it last month. What is the oldest form of currency that is still in circulation today? Type it in the chat box. Which form of money, the oldest form of currency that is still being used today? Oh, you guys, hey, you paying attention? I mean, is anybody using Roman coins anymore? No. Those are collectibles. It's the British pound, the oldest form. Oops, here we go. So in the very early days, people exchanged value via a barter system of trading goods, followed by the development of commodity or money, like silver and gold coins, as they were easy to carry around and divide and had a level of scarcity that provided value. That part right there, scarcity. When will the MQT token go up? When it's more scarce. How does it get more scarce? When it's in demand. If more people want it than there is available, the price goes up. If you want to go to a concert and the concert holds 25,000 people, yet 50,000 people want a ticket, do you think the price is going to be cheap or expensive? It's going to be expensive. So, supply and demand. With the rise of banking, arose a debt-based system where we deposited gold with the bank. And they issued us a piece of paper, and I wish I could show you. My wife just jacked all my money I had on my desk before she got on that airplane, so I don't have cash in front of me. But that piece of paper representing how much gold we had with the bank. After all, it's much easier to carry around paper bills than a bag of gold. But that paper bill represented gold. It even said gold note on it. But something happened. In 1971, President Nixon abolished the gold standard, ending the ability for people to redeem US dollars for gold at the Federal Reserve, allowing the government full autonomy to freely print money, thus making the US dollar a fiat currency, for Latin for it shall be. Fiat currencies, which are now commonplace around the world. Understand that, which are now commonplace. They were not commonplace in the past, are not backed by tangible assets, only the promise from a government. Unfortunately, this led to currency manipulation and devaluation by governments to erode massive federal deficits at the expense of the consumer. So before 1971, our trust in paper money was not the government, it was the gold it represented. And that's how it was around the world. But after 1971, trust shifted from the gold to the government. The only way our money works is if we trust the government. And when 2008 happened, you guys remember that? Some of you are saying, I'm still trying to recover from 2008, the greatest recession since the Great Depression. George Bush made a famous speech where he calmed the nation down from there being a huge run on the bank and us quickly sliding into a depression, where he said, calm down, people, trust us, trust the government. We're going to bail everybody out. We're going to fix this. They printed more money. They bailed out the banks. They bailed out the businesses too big to fail. Remember that? Because they wanted to save jobs. That was the pitch. And they did bail out those banks and those businesses, the very same people who caused the problem in the first place. And they bailed them out with your money, taxpayer money. Did any of you get a bailout? Are you still waiting for a bailout? No, we didn't get a bailout, but they did. They got rich off of that bailout. But we had to trust the government. One of the intriguing things about this new election of Donald Trump is that there seems to be a movement now to move back to where our money is actually backed by an asset. And that the new asset class is called Bitcoin, digital gold. And there's a movement to end or somehow bring under reign the Federal Reserve. Those of you in my inner circle, you know what I'm talking about. We've been covering this news in Crypto Talk. If you're not in, you're missing out. This is why I say always it pays to be in the inner circle. You know what's going on. So inflation that you're dealing with today all started because of this. And America, the richest country in the world, is broke. What are we at? $35 trillion in debt? You say, well, how in the world are we still able to live large like we are? You might say, Brandon, I'm not living large. You look at you compared to the rest of the world and the other countries' economies. The entire world experienced the same thing with COVID-19. The United States has recovered far greater than any other country in the world. And any country attached to the United States also benefited big time. So for as much complaining that we may have, we still have it better than everybody else. But there's going to become a day where the rest of the world says, all right, we're tired of the United States. We're tired of them trying to dictate what's going on around the world because of the dollar. We want to use an alternative financial system, aka BRICS. We're no longer going to buy US debt. And we're going to start stockpiling gold, or we're going to start stockpiling Bitcoin. And we don't need the US dollar anymore. The United States had a wake-up call after Russia invaded Ukraine, and the United States put the greatest sanctions ever on a country, more than they did on Iran, on Russia, in an attempt to cripple them. And it did the opposite. That same year, the Russian ruble outperformed the US dollar. They were still able to survive because they were using an alternative system, and the United States was asleep at the wheel, missed. That, and I've said it in Crypto Talk, is, in my opinion, the greatest threat to our current way of life in the West, and most people are sleeping on this. They are not even aware that it even exists. Anyways, that's one of those tangents I said going off on. The dollar has lost 90% of its purchasing power. So when MQT was at 100 and then it dropped to $10, you know what I heard? Oh, it crashed. Oh, it's a failure. It was a pump and dump. It's only $10, ignoring the fact that it launched at $1. It's only $10 now. It's game over. Where's that same energy for the money you have in your pocket right now that has lost 90% of its purchasing power in the last 50 years? Do you have that same energy? Are you calling the US dollar a failure, a scam, a pump and dump? Because it is. Fake money. See, my brother, when he first heard that I was moving into the crypto space, he started asking me a series of questions. And one of them is a topic tonight. He was like, what is cryptocurrency? What is that, like kryptonite? And so when I tried to explain it to him, he said, well, I mean, Bitcoin's not real. It's like made up out of thin air. I mean, at least money, the dollar's backed by gold. I said, Devin, what year were you born? 1978. So my brother's 46 years old, going on 47. I said, we haven't been on the gold standard in your entire life. Now, my brother is an educated man. He has more degrees than me. In fact, he's Dr. Ivey. Yet, with all of that, he still was not aware how money actually works. The only thing we know is we got to go to work, make money to pay our bills. But you have no idea what it actually works, how it works, and what it represents. It has lost 90% of its purchasing power and is not backed by anything but the trust in the government. How many of you guys trust the government? Well, that's an easy answer, because half the country doesn't even trust our election process. So let alone, you don't trust the government, but you do trust the government with the money. 40% of all new money in circulation happened because of after COVID. That was spurred on by both Trump and Biden. 90% of its purchasing power is gone. How much groceries is $20 getting you at the grocery store today compared to $20 in the 90s? Compared to $20 in the 70s? At this rate, what do you think $20 is going to get you at the grocery store 10 years from now? What, milk and eggs and that's it? So fiat money, which is the money in your pocket, loses value over time. That is why many financial planners stress investing in assets like stocks, gold, real estate, rather than holding cash. Do you know that the average billionaire does not have billions of dollars in cash in a bank account? In fact, that's the stupidest thing. Have you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Donald Sterling? Billionaire in California, one of the richest men in California. He used to own the Clippers. You know, if you ever watched, I think it's on Disney, show called V, the whole Clippers controversy, the racial controversy. And the current owner of the Clippers, oh, what's his name again? From Microsoft. When he wanted to, Steve Ballmer, when he wanted to buy the Clippers, he was negotiating with Donald Sterling's wife. And he wanted to pay $2 billion cash. You know, baller. He wanted to pay $2 billion cash for the Clippers, which is still insane. Who's going to pay that for the Clippers? By the way, they got a new stadium that is nice, real nice. Now, you know what Donald Sterling said? No. What idiot has $2 billion of cash? Why did he say that? It's the same reason why Robert Kiyosaki is always talking about in Rich Dad, Poor Dad and the cash flow quadrant. It is stupid to actually have a savings account. But that's the opposite of what we have been taught. We've been taught, make your money and then have a savings account for a rainy day. If you have your money in cash, you're losing money every year. So billionaires, their money is in assets. They have they say average billionaire between 75 million to 100 million cash on hand, maybe down to 25 to 50 million. Because with that, they can still buy whatever the hell they want whenever they want to. With 25 to 50 million cash to play with. They can buy their house, they can buy their cars, they can buy their clothes and food and traveling with ease, with no problem with 25 million on hand. But if they had billions sitting there, it's losing money over time. It's important to understand that the US dollar is currently the best transactional currency in the world for now. It's not going to be that way for the long haul. For a long time, gold has been considered the ultimate store of value. Now people are turning to cryptocurrencies as they are more secure, easier to store and transport, cheaper to use, and easier to subdivide than any asset known today. It is disrupting the international payments and transfers business by cutting out the exorbitant fees of banks and the middleman, the global remittance market, people working in one country and sending money back home to their families, as well as becoming the currency of the internet and fueling a new wave of global e-commerce. The basic concept. Cryptocurrency is roughly the equivalent of using PayPal or a debit card, except the numbers on the screen represent cryptocurrency instead of a fiat currency like a dollar. All you really need to do is set up an account with a crypto exchange service like Coinbase, use your fiat money for your bank, and purchase crypto. To use cryptocurrency, you don't need to understand it any more than you need to understand the monetary system to use a credit card. However, if you want to understand cryptocurrency, you need to understand the concept of digital currency, the concept of blockchain, both a ledger of transactions and a technology, and the concept of cryptography. At least know the basics. What does that mean? After all, cryptocurrency is a digital currency where transactions are recorded on a digital ledger called a blockchain, and every process along the way is secured by cryptography. Cryptocurrency works a lot like bank credit on a debit card. In both cases, a complex system that issues currency and records transactions and balances works behind the scenes to allow people to send and receive currency electronically. I explained it to my mom. It's just like sending an email. The main difference between cryptocurrency and bank credit is that instead of banks and governments issuing the currency and keeping ledgers, an algorithm does. Is there interest? Well, we just had a presidential election and Bitcoin went from 71,000 or 69,000 to $94,000. I think that there is interest, but I wrote this years ago. So there is tremendous amount of interest in crypto space right now and equal parts confusion, uncertainty, and doubt. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, ICO, smart contracts, DeFi, NFTs, and a metaverse. What do these even mean? The natural response to these foreign concepts is usually skepticism because people, when you don't understand something, you automatically reject it. But beneath the jargon lies a powerful new technology revamping our financial system. Last night I shared that in 2017, I learned that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today, whether you like it or not, believe it or not, trust it or not. Your opinion of it is irrelevant. It's happening. But the second thing that I learned is why it's relevant tonight is that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people, meaning there's no barrier of entry. What did we find in Crypto Talk this morning? Some kid made almost $1 million in 3 hours, created a token while he was live streaming it, and made almost $1 million live streamed in 3 hours. I'm doing something wrong. How old that kid looked like? He looked like he was like maybe 12 or 13 years old. And he figured it out. Bitcoin started as an experiment in the depths of the financial global crisis of 2008, aiming to build a better financial system. Early on, cryptocurrencies developed a seedy undertone as they were mainly associated with black market trades, ransomware payments, money laundering, and tax evasion. I had another talk with one of my other relatives, one of my other cousins. This was years ago, 2019 or 20. And she asked me this question. How do I know that this crypto stuff is real? Because I hear the government keep saying that is used for criminal activity. I said the fact that it's being used for criminal activity lets you know that it's real. Try to pay a drug dealer in monopoly money and what's going to happen? Go to the strip club and try to throw monopoly money in the air at the strippers and see what's going to happen to you. The fact that they're accepting it lets you know it's real. Here's how I really broke it down to my father. I said the IRS is taxing you on the Bitcoin. That alone lets you know it's real. If the IRS wants their cut, they're only going after money and they get their money. Cryptocurrency has been described as the most disruptive technology since the internet. It's also been described as a fraud or a massive Ponzi scheme. You know who called it that? Donald Trump, when he was president the first time. This time around, he's singing a different tune. He wants to be the first crypto president. He wasn't talking that noise in 2016. So what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a digital currency that doesn't rely on central banks or trusted third parties to verify transactions and create new currency units. Instead, it uses cryptography to confirm transactions on a publicly distributed ledger called a blockchain. There are thousands of different cryptocurrencies in circulation, each with varying values. The first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was developed in 2009 by a programmer using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. In a 2008 white paper entitled A Peer-to-Peer Electronic Cash System, Nakamoto provides the first description of blockchain. Blockchain is the technology that enables cryptocurrencies to work, like government-issued fiat currencies, without the involvement of any central bank or trusted third party. Okay, if you have not read the Bitcoin white paper, that's mandatory. That's something you need to read that. If you don't like reading, and it's not long, it's only like 9 pages. I recorded myself reading it and I uploaded it to YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, go to the search, type in Bitcoin white paper, Brandon Ivey, and it'll pop up. And next time you're on your Move Quest walk and jog and exercise workout, just play it and listen to it in the background. Transactions are sent between peers from cryptocurrency wallets by matching up public codes which relate back to user-held private passwords, aka cryptographic keys. Transactions made between peers are recorded on a public ledger of transactions called a blockchain. We covered that last night. All users of a given cryptocurrency have access to the ledger if they choose to download a full node wallet, as opposed to holding their coins in a third-party wallet like Coinbase. The transaction amounts are public, but who sent the transaction is encrypted. Each transaction leads back to a digital cryptocurrency wallet. And tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about wallets. Whoever owns the password or key to the wallet owns the amount of cryptocurrency denoted on the ledger. So you ever might hear a term, not your keys, not your coins. So you might have heard that before and not understood it. We'll be going over that in detail tomorrow night. When someone sends or receives cryptocurrency, when they send from one wallet to another wallet using a set of private and public passwords, that transaction is queued up to be added to the ledger. Many transactions are added to the ledger at once. These blocks of transactions are added sequentially. That is why the ledger and the technology behind it is called blockchain. It is a chain of blocks of transactions. So what is Bitcoin? Look at on that image there, Bitcoin at $50,000. Bitcoin is digital money that is not used or controlled by anyone. It is used to securely store and transfer any amount of value anywhere in the world. It is used to buy goods and services, store wealth, or send value to anyone without the permission of a third party. Often regarded as digital gold, Bitcoin that is stored properly cannot be hacked, stolen, or seized. Let me repeat that very slowly to this community. MQT that is stored properly cannot be hacked, stolen, or seized. So tomorrow, when we're talking about wallets, I'm going to talk about how to store your MQT properly and securely. All right, that's going to be tomorrow night. Unlike physical gold, Bitcoin is cheaper, faster, and more efficient to store or send anywhere in the world. Bitcoin is divisible to the 8th decimal place and is completely digital, allowing the transfer of any monetary value. Opposed to government fiat currencies, which can be manipulated and devalued, there is a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoins. Isn't there another finite supply of MQT? What is that amount? 21 million MQTs, making it a scarce and valuable asset. Bitcoin is the internet of money and will do for finance what the internet did for communication. Currently, there is almost 19 million Bitcoin in circulation. So how does it work? Well, the Bitcoin network is a peer-to-peer. That means not peer to bank to peer, one to another directly. Peer-to-peer network that runs on a decentralized, distributed self-clearing ledger called the blockchain. Units of currency that run on the Bitcoin network are called Bitcoins, which are used to store and transmit value among network participants. Unlike most currencies issued by central banks, which can be devalued and manipulated, Bitcoins are issued according to a fixed set of rules to create sound money that can't be manipulated by a central authority or a malicious actor. Users can buy or sell goods and services, send money to people or organizations, or even extend credit in a fast, secure, and borderless manner. The only prerequisite for access to these coins is an internet connection and a private key that forms a pair with public-facing keys to provide access to the coins stored on the Bitcoin network. Unauthorized access to someone's private key is similar to stealing gold from their vault. What about Bitcoin's core value proposition? One of the first things that people think about when they learn about Bitcoin is payments. Every financial transaction we make, either with Venmo or our banks, Venmo, why have I heard that Venmo? Because I've never really used Venmo. I don't know how that works. Matt Gates. Okay. Venmo has at least one intermediary that sits in the middle and takes a little cut. So I know another popular is Zelle. And I love Zelle. What if we could transact with one another in a peer-to-peer way without needing permission? All we need is an internet connection, and we can send money to anyone. Well, that was one of the questions in our private MoveQuest training earlier, that you don't need to have a telephone line on your device. All you need is an internet connection. So all we need is an internet connection, and we can send money to anyone without anyone's permission, in the same way that the internet allows us to send information. Philosophically, Bitcoin assures that the money you have earned is yours and enforces the idea that you can truly own your wealth. You don't need the bank's permission. You don't need Western Union's permission or wire transfers or any of that. You could send it as easily as sending an email, and it happens almost instantaneous. You just pay a small transaction fee. Payments and being a medium of exchange is an important part of Bitcoin's value proposition, but it's not the only part. Bitcoin is a highly censorship-resistant and permissionless store of value. Using the Swiss bank account analogy, there is about $20 trillion worth of wealth in the world stored in offshore bank accounts and shell companies by major companies and many individuals. This is not illegal. Rather, it's to lawfully shield those assets from creditors, taxation, legal jurisdictions, or even corruption. Bitcoin and other crypto assets fulfill this void, and many others to a much greater extent, as the first uncensorable and unseizable asset in history. Think about that. The first in history. Why you should now? Someone will say, "Well, Brandon, I hear in the news. I was on your crypto talk too, and I heard that some banks or governments seized somebody's crypto." Yes, they seized someone's crypto because the crypto was on a centralized exchange, or they raided somebody's house and got that person's private keys. That's why you got to learn how to store and protect yourself. So you may want to own some Bitcoin for the same reasons why you should invest in anything. To maintain or increase your standard of living over time. This is especially important in the face of inflationary pressures and the fact that fiat currencies are a terrible store of value. Owning Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency is a choice. That is why we're here to educate you so you can make an informed decision. So in other words, wealthy people get into Bitcoin and crypto not to get rich, but to stay rich. Everybody else gets into Bitcoin to get rich. And both is possible. Everyone should build a diversified portfolio to secure their financial futures and enable them to achieve what they want most in life. Crypto assets could play an important role in that, as many believe Bitcoin and blockchain-based assets are one of the greatest technological innovations and will represent the greatest wealth creation event of our time. Do you guys understand? Appreciate the time we live in. Like sometimes we may go through life and not realize that this is, there are certain points in history that are inflection points. And when you studied world history in school, and you learned about the gold rush, you learned about the Revolutionary War, you learned about the Civil War, you learned about the Great Depression and the Roaring Twenties, Pearl Harbor, World War I and World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Ronald Reagan getting shot, Iran Contra, the shuttle oh my goodness, the shuttle that blew up in 86. Oh my goodness, Challenger. I mean, there's always certain 9/11, certain events. Right now, this era, this Bitcoin era, is going to be referred to as a golden age, and we're living it right now, and our descendants are going to be reading about this time, and they're going to be asking themselves, why are we still broke? What was great grandpa Brandon Ivey doing back in those days? Now, unlike us, our descendants will be able to actually know exactly what we were doing because we're in the digital age now. Our digital footprint is there forever. So not only will they know who you are, they're going to know your name, they're going to know what you look like, they're even going to know what you sound like. They're going to know what you had for dinner last night at the restaurant because you posted a selfie of it. They're going to be able to know, was Pop-Up awesome BS? Or was he actually working towards our future and taking advantage of the greatest financial shift in wealth in the history of mankind? But he out there talking about BS stuff. That's one thing about me. I'm a Morehouse man. I'm about legacy. What legacy am I leaving my family? How do I want to be remembered? Is no longer you'll be remembered just because you left your family money. Social media now means that your descendants can look at every aspect of your life, and they will. All right. You ever been curious about grandma, great grandpa, and all that kind of stuff? Your descendants will be able to know. In 2000, oh, I got to update this one. In 2009, Bitcoin was worth less than a penny. July 2022, MQT was worth $1. Today, Bitcoin is worth over $65,000. Well, wait, $94,000. It may be time that you make the choice. As a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. All right, that is the lesson for tonight, and I want to do a quick Q&A with you guys. So if you have any questions or aha moments or anything like that, raise your hand, and I'm going to be turning it over to Ms. Casa in a second to handle the Q&A, and then we're going to spin the wheel and see who won some prizes. We're going to have two winners tonight, and then I'm going to post, and I'm looking at the questions here. What is it purpose? Let me see. Hold on. See what's the difference. Ooh, I didn't talk about difference between proof of work and proof of stake. Can't use that one yet. We did talk about smart contracts tonight, but all of you are in a smart contract. No, but I did talk about it tonight, so I wouldn't be fair. Ah, here's a good one. Okay. The question I'm going to ask and I'm going to, let me copy it right now. What is the role of a private key in cryptocurrency transactions? Okay. There's going to be four choices. A, it is used to publicly display your transaction history. B, it allows you to access and control your cryptocurrency funds. C, it is shared with others to receive funds. And D, it is only used for mining cryptocurrency. So let me put that in the chat box. I will also put it on the YouTube, because guess what? If you're watching on YouTube, you also can be in the spin the wheel. And Miss Casa, if you can post the email address that you want to put the answer to in the chat box, be helpful. So let me view my channel. There we are live. And let me also can post the question. There we go. Oh, it's too many letters. I can't post it in the YouTube channel. All right, I will post it in our Telegram group and on our Facebook Ivy League Coaching Academy area. So community, ILCA community, we post that there. And in the ILCA Elite, I'll post it there. So if you're on YouTube right now, shoot a message to Ms. Casa or myself, and we'll get you the questions. And you need to send the email, ilca5day@gmail.com, the answer to. ilca5day@gmail.com. And you get to submit your answer. What is it, Marty? Do we only have a one winner tomorrow, or is it two? One winner tomorrow. Okay, so, but we're going to have two winners tonight. All right, anybody has any comments, questions? All right, we're good to go then. So let's spin the wheel. Okay, let me get my wheel up, share screen. I knew someone's going to ask that. Ms. Casa, do you want to share something on that?
Okay, so the way we decided to do it is we're not going to tell you what the prize is. You guys are just going to get a mystery prize in the mail. So if you are one of our two winners, what I need you to do is get on Telegram and send me a message with your address, and you will be able to get your mystery prize in the mail. But one thing we do ask is that when you guys do receive your prizes, make sure you take some pictures for us so we can post them in the group and show everybody who our winners of the 5-day challenge are.
All right, all right. Thank you, Ms. Casa. All right, so you see the wheel here, and let me shuffle this up. I don't want to hear, I don't see my name.
One person, I'm so sorry, B. I'm sorry. Please add Matthew Ramos. He's right. He did send me a message in Telegram, and I didn't get to him. So
gotcha. All right, let me put Matthew Ramos in here. Is there anybody else before I spin the wheel? Because people get serious about this and they don't see their name on stuff. I remember how they did on Get Fit Mining. Okay, let's shuffle it up. We got 26 entries. We're going to have two winners. First winner is Judy. All right, Judy from Toronto. No, Carla, you're going to send an email to ilca5day@gmail.com. You send us an email. All right, Judy is one winner. Let me shuffle it up again. One more winner. And this winner goes to is that Rita? Rita from San Diego? Yes, it is. All right, Rita. Rita from San Diego is our second winner. The ladies are winning. Where's the men at? So congratulations, Rita. So Rita and Judy get prizes. Tomorrow we're going to have one winner tomorrow. And whoever gets that question, well, whoever gets the question right will be in the spin. And then we'll spin the wheel for one more winner tomorrow. Let's look at the price of MQT while I'm here, while we're at it. Let me refresh this. The price of MQT, $20.85. Nice. Look at this. There's more buys than sales. It's been a long time that, and the volume is much higher. $362,000 of buys, 131,000 of sales. Liquidity has popped up to 1.6 million. If anybody wants to sell their tokens right now, they can. Go ahead, Mr. Taylor.
Good evening, everyone. Turn it down. I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to bring something up real quick for everyone. There's a documentary that just came out on HBO tonight called Surveilled, and they are digging into how governments and states are surveilling citizens, and they go into the new spyware that's out, and the biggest one is called Pegasus that Israel just invented, came up with, that Israel is selling to all these different governments. Our government just bought this program. DHS bought it, and Immigration and Customs and Border Patrol bought it. This allows them to go into your cell phones, unknowing, turn on your cameras, turn on your audio, read your texts, look at your photos, and they can go in and out anytime they want without any detection. You wouldn't even know they were there. Everyone needs to check this out. I haven't seen it yet. I was just watching an interview with Ronan Farrow this afternoon, and he was talking about it. But this is being used now in a lot of countries, and they talk to the countries. They even go to Israel, and they get access to where they develop Pegasus and show how this came about. Even if you're not doing anything, I wasn't looking at it for that. What hit me, okay, let's say they get into Brandon's phone. Okay, Brandon's not an illegal. Let's say immigration is using us to look for illegals. Brandon's not an illegal. He's an American citizen. Oh, but we see all this crypto stuff on Brandon's phone. This guy's heavily into crypto. Oh, okay. Well, let's turn this over to the IRS and let them know what this guy's doing. Now they see all the contacts. They don't have to actually look at what you're doing on a day-to-day. They can set up, I forget the term, but keywords. Let's say Brandon types crypto and it flags somebody's computer. Oh, Brandon is active. Who's he talking to? Oh, Brandon's talking to Marnita about crypto. He's talking to Previs about this. Now they got basically building out everyone you're talking to. This Pegasus program is crazy. And what they're doing, they show everything. This is an HBO special that came out today.
HBO.
Okay. I think it's HBO Max. Mm-hmm. People, you need to watch this to see what's going on, because it's not just looking for criminals or anything. They can find out everything you're doing. Turn on yourself, and we talk about cell phones. Brandon talks about cell phones and security all the time. This plays right into security. Your phone is not secure. They say basically, look at your phone as not secure. So I just wanted to bring that up. I put a picture of it in the ILCA and subscribers group. It won't let me post it on here, but it's on HBO Max. It's called Surveilled by Ronan Farrow. And it was, I don't know what time they showed it tonight, but if you have a streamer, or you can go back and look for it. But everyone needs to look at this and see what the governments are doing. Our government just bought this program from the Israelis. And there is no government oversight on how they can use it. Biden issued an executive order saying that agencies cannot use programs that were used for malicious purposes. before they bought it. But since this was not used in that way, and the Israelis are marketing it as basically like arms, if they were selling arms, and they're not responsible for how governments use it, it's legal for our government and any government to use this. So
All right.
if
Well, thank
you
you.
check that out. And
Thank you, Kenny. I am. I'm going to check. I'm going to
that
check
kind
that
of
out.
plays into what you're going to talk to tomorrow in wallets and
Mhm.
security.
There you go. There you go.
So
All right. Thank you for sharing that.
if you're taking screenshots of your 12 words C phrases or your keys or anything, they can get into your phones. They see that phrase. They will have people who knows what those are. They're going through your photos and you don't even know they're there. So I just wanted to throw that out there for everyone.
All right. Thank you, Kenny. And before I continue, Judy's got her hand. Go ahead, Judy.
Hey guys. Kenny, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is old news. In fact, we actually discussed this in the inner circle about 2 years ago. About Pegasus. It's a zero proof, um, basically a zero proof payload, and they've been able to penetrate Apple. Apple has since updated its security for this. This is one of the reasons why I was so absolutely paranoid about phone numbers going out, because they can send it to you, deliver the payload to you in a text message, an iMessage. You don't even have to open that message up as long as they know the number. But this was discovered about 2 years ago. If you go back into the archives for ILCA, I think you'll see we did discuss this at some point, at least 2 years ago. So,
Okay.
yeah, and they were selling it to various governments. I know the Iranians were using it to track some of their dissidents, and a lot of countries that were dictatorships were using this program. It was a big poop storm because it seemed Israel didn't really care who they sold it to, what regimes around the world they sold it to, and a lot of regimes were using it to target their own citizens. But yeah, it's out there. And in terms of Apple phones, Apple has since uh, uh, created a fix for it. But yeah, that's why I think, you really don't want to use Bluetooth, because Bluetooth is always broadcasting your credentials out there. Yeah, so that's just
All
what I want
right.
to say.
So thank you, Judy, for that one. Hey, I'm glad we did cover that 2 years ago. We brought it up. We're being in the inner circle. We're on the front line of when we find out new information, and it's not just coming from me. It's coming from you guys. You guys are contributing to our knowledge and information. So a bigger, stronger community means that we all win. And speaking of that, those of you on the YouTube side, if you want to be able to join our inner circle, and I say it pays to be in the inner circle, go to ilcacryptonews.com, ilcacryptonews.com. Stay ahead of the crypto world. Ooh, look at the new colors. Look at what Marnita did here. $49.97 a month to be a part of our inner circle. And I
And
have
worth
extended.
every penny.
There you go. That's right. And I have extended those of you that you may say, I'm busy, Brandon. I don't have the time to hop onto all of your crypto classes and the live events. I'm working during the day, but I do value education. You can get all of our courses, 10 courses, Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced. And where do you think the courses are coming from our 5-day challenge? They're coming from Bitcoin 101. So I'm doing these for free for you guys, giving you a sneak peek of what we got. Bitcoin 101, Crypto Advanced, how to trade Bitcoin and crypto, Internet of Things, DeFi, NFTs, Metaverse, Web 3.0, tokenization, artificial intelligence, and I got 6 more lessons on deck. Just haven't released those yet. But these 10 courses, regular price is $2,500. Regular price. However, if you come here, it's for the MoveQuest community, 80% off. Using coupon code MQ10K, you get it for $4.99. This is only going to be good until the end of this month because the price is going to go up in December. It's not going to go all the way to $2,500. It's going to be $1,000. So if you want all 10 of these courses, it'll cost $1,000 for December for the rest of the year, which is still a huge discount. You want to see everything that we are offering here. IvyLeeCryptoAcademy.com. Click on our programs, memberships, and let's load it up. In our membership section, you can be able to see our plans here. Our gold, which is the inner circle, diamond, and platinum, and everything that you get with this. So we've got everything you guys will want here. Take full advantage of the special promo. I know we had about 18 members of the MoveQuest community took advantage when it was at $2.99. I'll put that link in the chat box there and also on YouTube. walktowealth.info to be able to get the courses at 80% off. And if you want to be in the inner circle, ILCAcryptonews.com. And if you're not in the inner circle right now, and you missed our call from earlier today, I already have it uploaded in our membership section. Let me make sure I see it here. Go to our membership section. Okay, where's my Crypto Talks? Inner Circle Crypto Talks. Latest one at the bottom. Yeah, here we go. MoveQuest update training. This, an hour and a half, we did a training today. I like that background, by the way, Kenny. Ivy League Crypto Talk. The moment you see red candles, oh yeah, we went. I've already made my money. What am I doing? Whoa. Let me get that off screen. That's private stuff. You got to be a part of our inner circle to be able to see this stuff. But we've got it there. It's already uploaded. I did not I did. I uploaded our Crypto Talk this morning as well. The BlackRock exec debunks Bitcoin myths. It's not a risk on asset. That was our Crypto Talk from this morning. So we've got a whole lot here where nobody can say, I don't have an opportunity to learn. It's here. It's, will you take advantage of it? With that, tomorrow night, well, tomorrow is Thursday, so we've got Crypto Talk tomorrow morning. Then there's going to be the 5-day challenge. It will only be 1 hour tomorrow night, and we're going to be going over, oh man, I would want to have more time on that. I don't want to do just 1 hour on the wallets. We'll do that on Friday. Tomorrow, I will cover some security stuff, some basic securities. And we'll do basic security stuff tomorrow. And then Friday, we'll have more time because tomorrow night is also the MoveQuest presentation with update with Lynette. But Friday, I'll have more time. So we'll about the wallet and stuff on Friday. So we'll do 2 days. Judy, you're killing me. All right, go ahead, Judy. There's something else you wanted to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to say something really interesting. I came across an article that apparently artificial intelligence is creating a boatload of malicious viruses out there. And it's a AI that's doing all the hacking and stuff like that. It is absolutely crazy. I've got to read more into it, but I will send you the link.
All
but
right.
it is It's
Yes,
bonkers.
send that over to me. We'll cover it on Crypto Talk.
Will do.
And speaking of that, when I was picking up my son today, the news reported something new out here in LA, that there is for people to watch out for this particular scam where it doesn't matter what it is or what you're involved in, but you'll receive an email or a text message that says, we believe your account might have been compromised. We need further information to secure this and so that you'll have access to it. Click this link to go somewhere. What's bad is the moment you click the link itself, you're going to a site that can be downloading malware onto your computer. So that leads me to something else. I'm never clicking on links like that. From random links, just like QR codes. Do not just randomly, you're walking down the street and you see a flyer or something that says advertising something with the QR code. Just scan the QR code. Don't even do that, because if it's a malicious QR code, the moment you scan it and you hit the enter button, it's downloading malware onto your phone and you don't even know about. So I don't trust links. I don't trust emails. I don't trust QR codes. And they said that the rise of this has gone up tremendously in the past year and a half with the help of AI. So we have to be very, very vigilant and careful about what we're doing on the internet, what we're clicking on, and how we move. And there is ways to protect yourself too. By if you got to click on things as well, you can don't use the same, like I said, you use Google Chrome for everything, but you want to be out there experimenting and clicking on other stuff, use Microsoft Edge browser that you don't have any of your wallets connected to. I've got multiple phones. I use different phones for different things. You have multiple different wallets. If you're going to connect to a new project or program, you don't connect your wallet that has all your crypto tokens on it. Well, wait, I'm getting into this. We're going to cover this stuff later in the week anyway. So anyways, that is it for tonight. Great session, everybody. Congratulations. Miss Casa, we still got to meet, but let's do it first thing tomorrow. I'm going to eat some dinner. No, actually, no. Stay on. I'm going to meet with you. We got about 15 minutes. I'm going to send you a private message. All right, everybody. Let's roll, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.